In view, okay, yes. It's between RTU and the Diana Stars. Thank you so much, Ricky from Tema, for that help. RTU should be sent to Division 2. Papa from Chantai. Papa, that's quite harsh, isn't it? Division 2, the way they've suffered to come to the Premier League, she sent them to Division 2. That's very interesting there. So yes, so I'm sure our producer now has the goal clearly. A lot of people, yeah. So let's take a look at the goal. I don't know what you make of it, but I'd love to hear from you before I share the information with you. But I'll eventually share it with you. Don't worry, it's learning. So this is what happened. All right. So when you take it back a little, what you're going to see is that so there was a corner kick. Kwame Ban came out. He didn't get the ball. The ball came off the head of 11 Wonders player. Then there was an 11 Wonders player who was standing pretty much close to the right post, right? And he headed it in, and you could see the goalkeeper cleared it again, and 11 Wonders player kicked it, and it entered the back of the net. It was a very interesting situation, wasn't it? Very interesting stuff. And a lot of people don't understand why it was not taken as a goal, all right? Now, the reason why the ball was not taken as a goal was because the linesman raised the flag for offside. The linesman raised the flag for offside. And a lot of people will be wondering, where is the offside? Where is the offside in this very incident? Because you look at it clearly, this is what happened. Corner kick came in. Kwame Ban didn't get it. Kwame Ban was off his line. Then there was an 11 Wonders player at the post there. He heads it back in, and Kwame Ban managed to scoop it out, and it's hit. So the question is, where is the offside? All right. Yeah. But I want you to watch something at the point when the ball was crossed in again for the player to head the ball. Yeah. All right. So we're going to bring it back a little. So that will give you a better view of it. At the point when the ball was crossed in again. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the point where the ball was crossed in. Maybe that will give you a better view, because at this point when he headed it in, it's going to be a little difficult for you to see. So this is the initial corner kick. So this is the initial corner kick. You can see. So the 11 Wonders player kicked it. So now watch this. That's the point the ball was kicked. All right. Yeah. Now, all right. Let's just leave it there. All right. Let's leave it there. Of course, we don't have a good view of it, because if we had it from the corner angle, you get a good view. Yeah. But just leave it there like that. I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to attempt to show you something because it's going to be difficult. But when you look at the ball like this, what you're going to see is that Kwame Ban is off his line. The last man, all right, is a Kotoko defender who is in the post. Now, he is the second last man in the game. He's the second last man in the game. All right. Now, if you look at it more closely, you see that the 11 Wonders player who headed the ball, watch this very closely. I want you to watch something and pay attention, please, so we can all learn from this. This is a very good learning process for you. So, producer, please don't forget it. Just if you can bring it back to the point where the ball was taken from the foot of the player. Is it number 10 shirted player? Yeah, the number 10. Yeah, so we could just explain this. We are doing some education on the sports coffee this morning. I'm sure it's going to help you. So just stop it there. Good. So it's fine. Here is okay at this point. So I want you to see something. Now at this point when the ball was kicked, all right, you could see Kwame Ban was off his line. So he was not the last man. Kwame Ban was not the last man. Kwame Ban was the the first last man, and the second last man was the player who has moved into the post. Yeah. He was standing in the line of the goalpost. Now watch this very carefully. Now you could see the 11 Wonders player who eventually got the ball, who was at the far right of the post. All right, he was ahead of Kwame Ban, and he was ahead of Kwame Ban, but he was in front of the last Kotoko man who was in the goalpost. So the last man in this case was the Kotoko defender who was in the goalpost. All right. Now the Kotoko defender was the goalpost. According to the rules, is now the second last man in the game. All right, he's now the second last man in the game. It's because of the angle, so it's going to be very difficult. But you want to watch something very carefully. All right, Now, what you see is that Kwame Ban is off his line. Now, Kotoko's defender is the only player in the post at the moment, right? Right, Josiah, I want you to follow me. So our viewers,
so he's the last man now.
He's the last man.
Yeah, as the goalkeeper is on his line.
He's off his line. He's the last man
now. Yeah.
And I want you to watch something very carefully. Now, in terms of the order of the position of the Kotoko players, so the defender who is in the post is the last player. Who is the second? Let's say the first. Kwame Ban is what? The second Kotoko player. Who is a little ahead of the man in the goalpost, right? The third one is the one in between the mix of 11 Wonders player. You could see there's a certain red shirted player there.
Yeah, you could see on the line.
If you're watching on the TV on your left side,
on your extreme left, there's a player standing
in the middle.
Yeah,
you see in the middle there.
Yeah,
you see there. Good. Yeah. And now watch the 11 Wonders player who eventually got the ball. You could see him at the far, if you're watching your TV, at the far left of the post.
Yeah.
All right.
Very close to the bar over there.
The bar there. Yeah. Now, he was the one in the offside position because at the point the ball was kicked, the last man, as far as the laws is concerned, is the Kotoko defender. So the Kotoko defender is now the second last man in the game. Now, what you often do is simple. Right? The ball is not an offside because of the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The ball is an offside is taken based on the last man of the team. So, and most often the goalkeeper is the last man. All right, but the goalkeeper, the rules does not say that the goalkeeper has to be the last man. The rule says that it has to be any player. All right, any player has to be the last man. I'm going to show you the FIFA rules so you can understand.
So once a player steps in for the goalkeeper, yes, then that player eventually becomes the goalkeeper.
Exactly.
For that moment,
it becomes the last player,
in that game. Yeah. For
exactly.
that moment.
For that moment.
Yeah.
And what that means is that any player, any of the opposition players who is standing in an offside position will be counted as an offside position. And when you look at this point when the ball was kicked, the 11 Wonders player who headed the ball back in was in an offside position
because he was, just right in front of the last man.
Exactly.
The post.
Exactly. Now, what we're going to show you is the FIFA law that speaks to this. Let me show you the FIFA laws that speak to this, and I'll show you some other similar videos where you get a good view of it. So please project the FIFA law that I sent to you, so we could just show them. It's FIFA law 11. FIFA law 11. It said, "Please, good morning, Mr. Zach. I was not in my room when the Black Star Squad was mentioned. Please, can you put it again on the TV set?" Of course, we'll show you. We've not even gotten there. We are trying to explain some things here. So please, show the FIFA law 11. Please project it. So, and you have to take away the slack. So there's the FIFA law 11. All right, on offside position, and the IFAB is the International Federation, International Football Association Board. All right, these are the rules that govern football. Now you watch this very closely. Relating to the offside position, it says it is not an offense to be in an offside position. A player is in an offside position if 1. Any part of the head, body, or feet is in the opponent's half, excluding the halfway line. Now, any part of the head, body, or feet is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. The second last opponent. The hands and arms of all players, including the goalkeepers, are not considered. A player is not in an offside position if level with, watch this, the second last opponent. The last two opponents. You understand? Now, the second last opponent in this game was
the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper.
Exactly.
You see that? The second last opponent in this game was a goalkeeper. But when you look at the line, as far as the 11 Wonders player was concerned, if you look at between him and the 11 Wonders player who kicked it, the 11 Wonders was not in the same line with the goalkeeper.
They were not apart, I don't think.
So at that point,
doesn't give us a favorable.
Exactly. At that point, the goalkeeper ceased to be the goalkeeper. He became a defender.
A player.
A normal player.
Yeah, an outfield player.
Exactly.
In that instance, because you have a player who is behind him and on the line, acting as a new goalkeeper.
Exactly.
So at that point, the goalkeeper became the last defender.
Exactly.
Who clearly played the player offside.
Exactly. So if the player, the 11 Wonders player, had been on at par with the goalkeeper at the time,
it would have stood.
It would have stood. Yeah. Now I want to show you something. Let me show you the 2010 FIFA World Cup. A similar incident happened in the game between Mexico and South Africa, and even the commentator in that game also got it wrong. He was wondering why the game was not did not stand as an offside. But watch this very carefully. All right. So the ball came. You see, the ball came.
Yeah.
The ball was headed by a Mexican player. The Mexican players are the one in black.
Yeah.
Now watch it here.
Yeah.
You see, that was a Mexican player over there.
Exactly.
All right, and watch where the goalkeeper was.
Sure.
So the goalkeeper was the second last opponent, and you could see that a South African player wasn't in the post.
So he becomes the new goalkeeper.
Exactly.
And the goalkeeper eventually becomes the new.
So what you
could see he was in an offside position because he was alone over there.
The goalkeeper now became the last defender in the game.
That's the last man.
So for the number 11 shirted player to have had his goals to stand, he needed to be at par with the goalkeeper, who was the last player at that point.
Exactly.
You see that? So if you can let it roll, is that the end of it? Just let it roll so we could see. So eventually he ended up scoring the goal, and the goal was ruled out for offside.
That was it.
All right. The
goal
goal
was in an offside position.
Exactly. So it was an offside position. The goal was ruled out for offside.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's similar to what happened in the Kotoko game. That is similar to what happened to the Kotoko game.
It even happened in the Spurs game, I think. One of the Spurs game when
he
moved the Spurs player past the player. The goalkeeper
was Kane.
Kane, who rounded the goalkeeper and passed the ball again to another player. Was his son who slotted it home back.
Now, I want to also show show you in a game involving Arsenal and Watford, Saka also found himself in a similar situation, and the VAR in England looked at it and said it was an offside position. Let's take a look at that very incident again, and that was similar to what happened in the Kotoko game. It's often unfortunate because we're not able to get good view of these things, so we are not able to understand the game proper. So watch this very carefully. At this point, when Saka got the ball, watch who was the last man. It was a Watford player.
Was the player.
But the last man, as far as
that point,
exactly,
was the goalkeeper.
Exactly.
So he was in between the goalkeeper, who is the last man, and then the defender.
So the defender now became the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper became the defender.
Exactly.
You see that?
In that
and Saka
position,
had to be at par
with the
goalkeeper for the goal to be accepted.
Exactly.
You see that? He had to be at par with the goalkeeper for the goal to be accepted.
Exactly.
But he was not at par, so he was considered offside, and the goal was ruled out for offside.
It was ruled out because the last man happens to be the defender, and it's so clear.
Exactly. So that's all the rules. These are the rules.
Going into the World Cup, I think we might see goals like this being chalked off, and it shouldn't surprise you when you see a goal scored.
I think I have a last video I'm going to show you. I don't know if our producer has it. I don't know if he has it. I don't know whether I added it to it. If there's a last video on this very matter. It also happened in the United States, in the MLS. In the MLS between DC United and Portland Timbers, it was the same thing. But guess what? In their case, the referee got it wrong. Even the linesman got it wrong. They took it as a goal.
Not everyone is quite abreast
with
the rule because it's been there, but it hasn't been enforced.
It's because
it's rare. It happens. It rarely happens. So most people don't even understand it because even on the day when Hurricane, Son scored that goal, everyone was like, how is it not a goal?
How's it not a goal?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not a goal. So it's important sometimes when you spend the time to do the research and understand the laws of the game, it helps you to understand these things better. So let's take a look at the Kotoko goal finally again, so people could have clarity. So this education, this is the sports coffee. This is what we do. We educate. We help you to understand the game, not just enjoy the game, but we help you to understand the game.
So in this instance, the only thing missing was the angle where we didn't get right because it could have, one would have argued that they were, on level, at the same.
But you could look at it. At the point the ball left the foot off
of the player,
he was in an offside position. You could see he was clearly in an offside position.
He was way beyond,
and that's when the offside was taken.
Exactly. He was way beyond the goalkeeper, and I think it was fair. It was fair on the day.
So guys, if you watched the game and you were wondering, I hope this,
especially to Techima 11 Wonders fans who will be thinking that they've been cheated on the day.
They were cheated. They were robbed.
The rules were applied on the day.
It's important. You need to spend some time. Of course, our viewers will not have the time to go and do this research, even where to find it, they'll not. So that's why you have to watch the Sports Coffee, because we help you to understand the game like this. Remember, there was an incident involving there was a game in the Ghana Premier League where the linesman entered the field.
And some people were questioning him why
they were confused why he was. But it's part of the rules.
Exactly, because he has to be closest to if the referee wasn't within close proximity, he had to be to call any if it was an infringement or an offside or whatever the case may be. So I think it was right on the day. It confused everyone. Everyone watching, every viewer watching was confused and was asking where the linesman was actually running to. But I think it's a part of the game.
It's a part of the game. What do you make of it? We would love to hear from you. Have you enjoyed the education? Have you been educated? We'd love to hear from you. Send us a WhatsApp message. Let's get some feedback from you. What do you make of the explanation that we've given? And let's see whether you've indeed enjoyed it. You've indeed enjoyed what we have done this morning. We are excited about it, to have helped you to understand the game a bit more better, and we spent some time on it. All right, so send us your WhatsApp messages and let's take a look at it. Send us your WhatsApp message. Let's take a look at it. All right, we don't know. We've shown you the data. We've shown you the rules. We've explained to you. We've given you other scenarios. But do you still disagree? Do you think it still should have stood up?
Some I think it's absurd, Some I think no. It should stand as a goal, because I wouldn't care if the goalkeeper commits and moves off this line and you have a last man.
But sometimes it's easy to understand it this way. Look, you see where the goalkeeper was standing. Take the goalkeeper away from there.
Yeah, just swap
and put the places. And what do you think
it's an offside? It's an offside.
That's how simple it is. That's how simple it is. So all of to okay, our producer said we should open the phone line so we could hear from you what you think about this very incident, and also the scenarios we've given you, whether you've understood it better. We just love to hear from you. We'll take about 5 calls and we'll wrap up on this very incident and move to the Black Stars. All right, just this one. So please, you can call us. The phone lines is open now. 0302964072. Somebody said Wonders goal was a clear offside. Football lovers should know this. RNA from Awoshi. Wonderful. Thanks so much. So 0302964072. What do you make of it? We've tried to explain it for you, and we'd love to get some feedback from you, whether you've been educated or you still have your own opinion, or maybe there's some rules in the FIFA regulations that you think maybe support the fact that this is a goal, We'd love to hear from you. 0302964072. Call us right now. Call us right now. Call us right now.
Yeah, hello?
And let's hear from you. Do you have a call on the line? Do you have a call on the line?
Yeah,
all
hello?
right, we have a call on the line. Hello.
Yeah, hello. My name is Richard from Bowie. You know,
Right.
I've always been saying this is the most foolish rule I've ever seen in FIFA's law. I found it earlier on. Because in a position where we know that it's only the goalkeeper who must be in the post, and when there should be an offside, if you the opponent has been crossed past all the players in the field, there should be off. But if in a place where a goalkeeper commits and a player exchange to be in the post, it's a player over there, not a goalkeeper. So as for FIFA, this is the rule that let me say, since then I've not been making my mistake, because this is the most foolish rule I've ever seen in FIFA's this thing. As for this one, they have to amend it. Seriously,
Right.
they have to amend it, because the goalkeeper, the player cannot be in the post and use his hand to catch the ball.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
It's only the goalkeeper who can use his hand to catch the ball. Yeah, so they have to amend it.
All right. Yes. And your argument is very apt. Your argument is very apt that they have to amend it. A lot of people have called for that rule to be amended because they think the rule doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense anyway. But the rule itself does not make specificity that a goalkeeper should be the last person. All right. Hello, do you have a call on the line? Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, boss. Your name and calling us from?
This is Michael from Dakuma.
All right, Michael, let's hear you.
Razak, this is very good education from you and your team. You
Thank
done
you.
your man's job this morning,
All right, thank you.
and we really appreciate what you people are saying. In fact, I enjoy this one based on the education you've given to most of our viewers and the various teams that you've shown from South African games somewhere between 2010 and then recently Arsenal against Watford. So I enjoyed the show this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Someone said, what makes it offside is that Kwame Ban is off his line and now became an Afro player, and the Wonders player was in front of the goal line, therefore he's an offside position. The Wonders player should either appear with the goalkeeper or face two players. So you people are right with your explanation from coach and referee Ricky. Coach and referee Ricky. Thanks so much.
I don't think you get it wrong.
No,
Should he find himself in such a
Yeah, I like that. Coach Ricky. We
he's quite
appreciate that.
abreast
We
with
appreciate
the
that.
rules.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that. Do you have a call on the line? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, your name where you're calling us from, please.
James,
Hello?
I'm calling from Kaswa.
All right, Tema, let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, let's hear you. Let's go ahead.
It's about the discussion at the football discussion. Hello.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
We can hear you.
Okay. First of all, I enjoy this program. I'm always looking forward to this program every morning.
Yeah, hello. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah,
You can
the